great day, beautiful weather. Thank the good Lord for that, man. Good coming off an off day. Had a lot of energy this morning. We'll get to put full pads on tomorrow and tackle for the first time, so really excited about that. Don't miss tomorrow. It'll be a fun day. We'll get after it and do a lot. Continue to progress. That's 5 days in of installs. We got some really good punt versus punt return work in. I can't wait to watch that because we've got so much more players and stuff now. I think our special teams units are really going to feel, reap the rewards of that. So with that, I'll open up.
Off that statement, obviously you do have more special teams bodies. Do you feel like maybe that'll take a rep or two off some starters that you normally had to play those snaps for you?
Possible. Well, it's going to take a rep or two off them in some way, shape, or form, whether the starter's playing special teams and the other kid can play. We just got more depth all the way around. But me, Glenn, we're going to play our best players in the kicking game. The thing we've got is we've got so much more length and size at those hybrid positions. When you look at our linebacker, tight end, defensive end, running back group, we're just lengthier. You know what I mean? You talk about guys like Avery Sledge, Chris Jones, Reed Jeselowski, Justin Reed, Kyron Heath, Jameer Lewis. Those are guys that are all over 6'2" with length. And so that's where your special teams, we've been short on those. It's taken a while to build that. And, again, 3 straight good recruiting classes. We got those bodies now.
I guess 5 practices in now and no full tackling yet.
Yep.
But is there any particular position group that has impressed you thus far?
Yeah, I think we're, I think you wrote it the other day, Dima. I think we're just a lot better on the O-line, which is to be expected, right? We've recruited fabulously for 3 years, and that's a developmental position. And we just got mean, tough guys that are athletic and can play, Andrew. And I think at tight end, I think it's the same thing. So I think those 2 groups probably are the, not that it's a surprise, we expected it, but at the same time you wanted to see it. And, going against our D-line every day, if they can match up with them, we feel like they should be a formidable group in the Sun Belt.
I know, 5 days in, not being able to tackle. How hard is it to gauge the offensive line, maybe even the tight ends, when you're not tackling?
That doesn't matter. It doesn't affect them. They don't ever tackle anyway. You know what I mean? Like, everything we do for them is just like playing full speed. So it's not a big deal with them at all. The big thing with tackling is your skill guys.
Yeah.
On the perimeter, who's going to be able to fit it and get it to the ground at the safety corner position, and what skill guys offensively are going to be able to make a guy miss. A lot of people don't even tackle anymore anyway. We don't. We're old school. We tackle. So we'll tackle them all. It'll be fun.
Kind of get the vibe that Pittman could really flourish in that slot spot for you guys.
He is. Him and Ty Mims are both really good. They complement each other real well. Ty's obviously going to be a factor at punt returner and some things in special teams. Chandler's going to be a factor in all of our special teams. So they're going to be able to really spell each other, complement each other, and they both can play. They're both great kids that have played a lot of football. So that's an advantage to have both of them in that spot.
You've gotten to see this secondary at almost its entirety, and do you think it's as deep as you thought it could be? It just seems like they make play after play.
Yeah, a lot of really good, highly recruited players, Andrew, and because we had to get through spring ball, we kind of had to oversign there for 1 year because we had so many people coming off injury, and now they're back, so we're really deep there. Great competition, which is also going to help our special teams. But you're talking about a lot of SEC transfers, a lot of highly recruited junior college and high school players. And so it's fun to watch. Boy, I think they're communicating. You can hear the communication back there on another level from last year. That's the big thing that I've noticed. The level of communication, the clearness of, we talk all the time, communication that is not heard or understood is not communication. That's just mama, that's baby talk, but they're truly transporting words from them to others now in a way, from a loudness standpoint and a clearness standpoint, and that's been good to see.
Talk about maybe some good competition going on at that left guard spot.
Yeah, Will Saxton's been one of the highlights of our camp so far. A young man that I'm so proud of. When you talk about, core value 2, accountability, core value 4, always compete. He's a young man that, we identified when he got here some things he had to do to become a great football player. He had to change his body fat percentage. He had to get to where he could play on his heels better. He was on his toes because he was just an athlete in high school, played everything. And I know people think you just sign an O lineman and they play college football, but that's a process that you have to grind out. And Sam Gregg and Ben Thomas, and then credit to Will, over 2 years he has trimmed his body fat percentage. He's lived and worked, and he has become a really good football player. And you bring in a guy like Zach Conte, who's played a lot of good football on a bowl team at Eastern Michigan, started a ton of games, and so you got great competition right there. And really like both those cats.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
2 one-handed grabs today? Like, were you feeling it?
No, definitely, man. Off day came out with a little bit more juice, man. Had to bring some juice for the guy, get the offense rolling and get some excitement going before we made it to the team periods.
Do you feel like you've maybe found your spot in that slot?
Most definitely, man. Me and Ty Mills, man, I feel like we complement each other a lot. We speedsters, we guys that can get open, make things happen with the ball in our hands, and I feel like, it's a very beneficial spot for, me and him both and the team as well. So, most definitely.
I think we asked you this last year. You and Frank kind of have a, a laugh that I think a lot of us really enjoy.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
We call it the CP laugh. So do you feel like your smile kind of energizes the wide receiver room?
No, most definitely. I'm a light. That's what I am to the team. That's what they've asked me to be. That's what I feel like I was put on earth to be. A light. A leader. Jesus Christ. One of the best leaders, and I look at him. And lead. Bring positive energy to everybody. Offense, defense. Coaches. Everyone know that's me. I'm a smiling guy. I'm bringing the energy every day.
Did the laugh come from Frank, or did he kind of copy it from you?
We hang around each other so much. I feel like he just compliments, man. I really do. So, most definitely, man. Miss you, Frank, though. Miss you.
What have you seen from these 2 quarterbacks, and just what have you liked about each of them so far?
Man, I see a lot of grit. I see a lot of grit, man, from both guys. And like I said, I see maturity out of Tate. I see growth out of Ethan. And that's 2 things that. It's vital for quarterbacks. I feel like, if we started today and we rolled about out there, either one of them would be a great choice for me. Personally, I believe in both of them. I believe in all 3 of them. John White as well. All 3 quarterbacks, had great camps, and feel like we still building at that point too. Off that question, talking about Ethan, just to me, out of the pocket, getting his drop, he looks like, just as a pocket passer, more accurate right now. He does. He's been working on that. Man, we worked a lot. Credit to Wyatt Davis, Jack Walker as well, his quarterback coach. But, he's a worker, man. He wanted, like you said, it's grit in that quarterback room. It's a real fight. It's competition going on there. So, I just know how bad, each of those guys want to be, the guy. So
the secondary is finally healthy for the first time since midway through last year. What's it been like to finally go up against that group now that they're almost at 100%?
Physical guys, man. Physical guys. That's what Nasty Bunch stands for. We physical, we bring it, and that's what they do every day, man. Sabatini, Jay Jones, Dylan Lawrence, Jacob Johnson, all the guys, man. I don't want to leave anybody out, but Hayes Puckett as well. Them guys get in there, they fly around, man. It's good to go against the guys in one-on-one, the team period. Get a little cracking, get a little blocking going on. So it's good, man. Them guys nasty. They force us to bring it as well. You know what I'm saying?
Does it feel like that they're maybe deeper from your perspective than just this spring?
Yeah, definitely deeper. Definitely on the deeper side. We got Tario and Sabatini back full speed. So, those are 2 additions, and I'm really glad, to have those guys back. I feel like Santario Willis would be great for us in the secondary. We're having him back out the ACL. So,
Chandler, you've been here several years. I feel like this offensive line might be the most physical since you've been here. Would you agree?
Yeah, they get nasty and they get dirty, man. They get nasty, they get dirty. With the additions of Dante Lucas, man, love it, man. Love how he plays, man. Some of the young guys stepping up from the roles being increased from last year, man. I feel like we got a complete team, man. Like, what I'm saying, how we talked about all different positions, man. A lot of guys stepped up. They know their role, man. They know what they got to do for the team to be successful this year. So. Schematically with this offense, there's some obvious similarities, but what would you say were some of the biggest differences in the scheme you're running now as opposed to last season? Me personally, I was in the backfield a little bit, super back and running back last year. So schematically, the receiver-wise, I feel like it's just a lot of opportunities for each receiver at their position. Everybody can get a chance to go vertical. You know what I'm saying? That's what everybody wants to do: score touchdowns. We'll get it out to our playmakers quick if we need to. Man, it's just a all-around balanced, great scheme. I feel like, and I feel like it'll help us in the fall, man. Win some games for sure. Thank you, CP.